Danny Hayasaka with Call One and Help Direct, helping people do their business better. So we're at Enterprise Connect 2024 at the D10 booth with Dave Silberstein, and he's going to talk about their latest product into their portfolio. Dave, take it away.
Hi everybody. So the latest thing we're talking about here at the booth is what we call our small room kit, designed for small rooms. What's a small room? A small room is up to 6 to 7 people. It's really 4.5 meters by 4.5 meters. So call it 15 feet by 15 feet, just to give you an idea. So what are we going to do in the small room? We're going to have a device where we have our camera, microphone, and speakers, and then we're going to have a controller where we control everything that's going on. In our particular case, we can take the bar and we can mount it above the screen like you can see way over there. You can mount it below the screen like you can see over on the far side. But the unique thing here is if you want to do dual screens, you can mount it between the dual screens, and that way the camera is at eye level coming right down the table. Now the reason we're looking at this configuration here is not so much that we have our controller. In this case it's a PoE controller or a wired controller. We also make a wireless version, so you can get the small room kit in either wired or wireless. But the question is, if I take this unit and I turn it vertically to go between the two, isn't everybody going to be sideways is the question. And you'll see that we physically rotate the camera as it spins, so the optics stay the same way, so you can still see everybody with exactly the same resolution, whether it's mounted above the screen, below the screen, or between the two screens. And what you're looking at here is the D10 small room kit. For medium rooms and large rooms, you go to our all-in-one displays, 55-inch, 75-inch. We even make a dual 75 for those super large rooms.
All right, so now we're still here at the D10 booth, and we're going to take a look at this larger D7X, right?
D7X.
With the Vue Pro cameras, and Dave, take it away.
Sure. So we got a couple of things here. We've got our D7X. This is a 75-inch screen, and it's sitting on a heckler cart, so you can roll it around as one of the examples. It's also tied to this 55-inch screen that we're using as a companion whiteboard, and I'll show you why we're doing that in just a second. But this board is pretty unique because we've got these Vue Pro cameras on the side, which are these 5 cameras that are mounted here. So why do I need 5 cameras on the side? Well, the problem is when I start a meeting, although we can see everybody that's remote, all the people that are remote, all they do is they see, right? They see one big shot. So now what we can do is we can cut people out, find individual faces, and put them where they need to be. But here becomes the problem, and let me jump over to a whiteboard so I can show you what it is, right? So I can jump into a whiteboard session here. Now that I'm in a whiteboard session, as soon as my drawing comes up, I can show you the problem that comes up. And that is, if my screen is here and my table is here, I have people sitting all along the table on both sides, right? As I want to take this camera, which has 129-degree wide shot view, and pick everybody out and cut them out, I have 2 problems. If I want to pick this person out, they're a very small percentage of that 4K camera, so ultimately they're not going to look that good when they get there. The other problem is going to be, because it's so wide, right? I can see everybody, but now I'm getting left ear, right ear shots when I start cutting people out. So I've added these Vue Pro cameras, no wiring on the table, nothing to interfere. They're all sitting on the wall. They snap right onto the side, and there are 2 cameras in each kit. One does 0 to 5 meters and picks up all these people, and the second one does 5 to 10 meters, giving me up to a 30-foot room, and that's where I can get all the coverage from there. As long as we're in this mode, I might as well show you the companion whiteboard has turned on. I could have this whiteboard on the other side of the room in case somebody wants to join in and make notes and run around and do something. And of course, anybody in the call can have access to that. So Danny, if you start drawing something over there, you can see Danny can draw over there, I can draw over here, and we can truly collaborate with each other, both in the room as well as everybody on the external side of the room. Right? So if I end this, our Vue Pro cameras will discard and leave meeting, okay?
All right.
So let's get a new meeting going so we can go from the beginning. We'll get our cameras up and running, because the last feature that comes with this when this thing kicks in is something called Smart Gallery. So if I go into multi-stream and now I'm going to take all my cameras and start cutting people in. Oh, the show's limited me to 2 because of the bandwidth here. So we're going to use 2 of those cameras. Now we're
right.
going to find all kinds of people, and literally, if you look, it's finding people all over the floor because it's looking everywhere to find people, not just us standing here. Start looking at all the people that are over by the Zoom booth that are getting framed up and put in there. It's just looking for the shape of a person and bringing them in, right? So if you really want to see what it's doing here, let me just go back to manual control here. I'll show you what these cameras look like and why they're so powerful. If I come into here and I actually switch the camera to the far camera on the right-hand side, for example, now you can see that far camera on the right-hand side is shooting a long distance over there, and look at all the stuff that it's picking up, the signs over here, etc. Right? Now if I go to the, where are we, near camera on the right-hand side, you'll see how much closer it is, and now it's picking up the people on the close side. Now I've got multiple cameras aimed in different areas in the conference room, so I can maximize the look and feel of everybody in the room and get to the remote participants.
Well, there you go. You heard it here first. If you like this type of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below. Let us know what you'd like to see, and we'll do our best to make it. Thanks.